What advice would you give your younger self? I would give myself, take it easy. Shit's gonna get better. Take it one step at a time, man. Sadly, there's a lot of stuff that's out of your control, man. Don't stress about it. Even though it's hard.
Pretend like the camera is your younger self. What do you want to tell you?
Don't say anything to the cops. Ask for a lawyer.
Facts. I'm not saying all cops ain't shit, but most of them, bro. Sadly, can't really trust them like that.
What advice would you give your younger self?
Oh, man. Jeez. That's a good one.
I would say to my younger self,
invest in GameStop.
don't be stupid.
But invest in GameStop when it was $4. That would have been a kicker. You hate to see it, man.
Make dumb decisions.
Don't get in the car. There is no ice cream.
Don't ever start smoking.
How old were you when you
Damn.
started smoking?
9, 10.
Stop thinking with your dick, man.
Well, you're hot as fuck. You should go fuck people.
Always use condoms because
What? Hey.
the STDs are real.
Uh-oh. Are you good now?
Yes.
Pretend like the camera is your younger self. What do you want to tell you?
Don't go to Paris. You're gonna meet someone that's gonna screw stuff.
Who was in Paris?
Move for men.
Don't stick with your high school boyfriend. You will regret it.
I went on to college and realized there are other people that you can expand to and experience new things.
Don't date that.
So wait, you would give yourself the advice of buy doubles of every Nest cartridges and keep one in mint seal condition. That's what we should do with the stuff now, though. Like the games coming up now, always buy double and never touch the second one. That's a good advice. I'm not gonna lie.
Why not?
Because he's gonna piss on your bed.
Wait,
He's
Expand
what?
to and experience new things.
Don't date that.
Why not?
Because he's gonna piss on your bed, make you lose your car, and he was ugly. What were you doing?
What advice would you give your younger self?
Oh, man.
Whoa.
You're not the center of the universe.
Don't assume so much.
Just say
This was funny to me because the way he says this, yet he tries to be the center of his universe. Again, I'm only speaking on him because I've seen him. Like, I made a video where he participated in this video. So
Obviously, she thinks she's cute, that's for sure. All these different angles and all that.
Don't assume so much.
just say less. The less you say, the better, and the less you can regret.
It's very cliche, but be yourself.
Self.
Be more secure.
I was always worried about what are people gonna think?
Oh, that pimple on your forehead, no one notices.
I think I was just really insecure and shy, and so I would just feel like my opinion didn't really matter.
I feel like it stops you from becoming who you.
I feel like I was at a very, very young age. I went through so much of me getting into myself in conversations, me being not the center of attention, but me trying to be in conversations, so I never had that I don't really care if anybody cares of what I'm saying. I will still say whatever I think or want to say because I don't give a shit. I don't care what other people think. I'll say whatever I want to say, boom, and that's it. I dress how I like, I do what I like. I can take however many insults people give at me or dish at me and shit like that, and I just take it as it is. If it's funny, I'll laugh at it. If it's not funny, whatever. If I have to dish something back at you, plus I was like a kid, 11, 12 type of shit. I'm glad I went through that though.
We're gonna be sooner.
Younger self was all about pleasing people.
Stop trying to be friends with everyone in high school. Jack, you know who you are. You were rude to me and Dylan. You guys are lame. You don't need to accept being
There's nothing bad with trying to be friends with everybody, but yeah, once you see that they're assholes, just move on.
treated badly just because you don't want to be alone.
I shouldn't have let
Yeah, I felt that one. I'm not even gonna lie. I felt that one.
people change me.
How did you change yourself?
I've gone as far as doing drugs that I didn't want to do for other people just to be accepted.
At a young age, I felt it was way cooler to say no to people than to try to be part of the pack. That's the way I always looked at it. My first time ever trying weed was when I came over here and I was 18 years old. At that point, I was interested. And I was like, let me try it out and see what's going on.
Please cut your hair. Don't get 2 consecutive perms. You're gonna fry your hair off.
You're gonna look good forever. So
Were you really hard on yourself when you were young?
Yeah, I started going bald when I was like 20. I just got really depressed about it. Just like an identity thing, I guess. But it turns out I ended up being like hella good looking anyways, so it doesn't really matter.
Don't worry about what people think about your body. You will grow into your little body. Don't you worry.
The majority of my childhood was spent just trying to get people to not think that I was fat.
No matter what your size is or however you may look, you still deserve to be loved.
What advice would you give your younger self?
True.
Feel free to be a little bit more confident.
Confident.
I could have done with more of a fake it till you make it situation.
I think growing up in an Asian household.
Yeah, that's the best mindset to be at, kinda, to a degree. Because, like, you don't want to be faking shit that's, like, preposterous and ridiculous. Like, you don't want to be faking some millionaire type of lifestyle where you're, like, wasting mad money.
You always think that you're not enough.
Did your parents never tell you that you were enough?
They did, but just maybe
not
explicitly. But I think when you're younger, you take everything in the literal sense. And so when you don't hear it, you don't.
It still hurts her, bro. Damn. I mean, it's true, bro. Love is very powerful. Tell your homies you love them, bro. Especially on your strong friends. For sure. Check on us. We're not doing good.
What advice would you give your younger self?
Just live and do things.
Just say yes. If someone invited me to something I was unsure about, I would just be like, oh, my nice little introvert cave I can hide in.
I wish I'd gone to like a crazy high school party, or just like any high school party, really.
Don't say no. You will always regret the things you didn't do.
Take the risk.
Take chances.
Go with what feels good in your gut, because it's usually right.
What advice would you give your younger self?
Don't give a fuck about the haters.
Who gives a fuck what they think?
People really aren't that worried about you. So like worry more about yourself.
If somebody gets mad, that's their issue, not yours.
The sooner you embrace the stuff that just makes you different, the easier life gets.
Stand up for myself more often.
Don't be afraid.
Come out earlier.
Come out sooner.
Come out as a lesbian sooner.
How soon?
Right out the gate. You already know, girl.
Family and friends will be okay with that.
What advice would you give your younger self?
I just tell him to be kinder to himself.
Do not take yourself so seriously.
Seriously?
So seriously? Don't be so serious about everything.
Don't sweat the big stuff.
Give me an example.
Worrying about what you're gonna do with the rest of your life.
It's okay.
That's me every day. What do you mean? Not worry about that. You can't say that to yourself, bro. No, you do. You definitely got to stress the fuck out. I feel like you stressing out about your future is the reason why your future is going to be better.
Not to have it all together.
Screw up a little bit more times. You can drop out of college.
Go to college. I got the acceptance letter and didn't do nothing with it. And I think I would have told myself just to go all the way, because then I'd be somewhere else right now.
I would tell my younger self not to rush.
Don't rush to grow up.
Stop and breathe.
Slow down.
The older you get, the harder it is to be irresponsible.
If I could give my younger self advice, it would be that you're not perfect, but nobody is.
I probably would have had a different career.
I should have continued playing basketball.
Definitely could have made it to Olympics.
When a mistake
That's tough. That's tough.
happens, it's more so that you should learn from it, not to beat yourself up. You can ask for help.
Trust that you need other people to help you.
I would tell my younger self, just go ahead and bypass all the suicidal thoughts and attempts. You're gonna be hella unsuccessful. Suck that shit up. Keep pushing. You're gonna make it and be successful. I love you.
Oh shit.
That was cute. That was nice. That was a great, nice way to end it. I'm gonna have to end this video before I start crying myself right now. But don't forget to like the video and tell me down in the comments below what advice you would give your younger self.